your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Steelers in the ring.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 17 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a first down carry for Harris. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Again, it's Harris on second down. Room here to run. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. To throw on second down. Golden. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Golden. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Now he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Operating from the gun. Golden. That swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Steelers at 9-3 here on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. First down, and they go back to Harris. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, here's another carry for Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Looking to throw on second down. Golden. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On third down, Golden. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, it's still early in the game.
As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14, coming up tonight, we got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night, you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw on second down, Golden. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Harris running straight ahead. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Golden. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
To throw on second down. Golden. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jay Sternberger, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun. Golden. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Golden. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Golden. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points.
He threw the interception on the previous drive, but that only led to 3 points. Defense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Golden. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st down, Golden. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Completes Austin here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the give, this is Harris. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he will have a Steelers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Harris. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Ravens going to use the second of them. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a bit of a strange... So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Golden. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. A give to Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run. Here's Harris. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Golden. He gets this one to Johnson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Golden. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Steelers at 10-3 on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Golden. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams...
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He was 4-4 on that opening drive, including the touchdown pass, as he'll try again here to duplicate that success, starting with a 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And out across midfield down to the 45. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Looking to throw. Golden. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and the Panthers are going to get the football back at their own 17. He had the interception on his 7th throw of the ball game, but prior to that, he was... Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Operating from the gun. Golden. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Golden. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Pass knocked away by J.C. Horn. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He finds his man Johnson. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down. Golden. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Golden. Forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. The final 4 weeks of the NFL season are upon us, and we got some intriguing matchups in prime time. Tonight, Patriots and Raiders, that's in Vegas. Josh McDaniels taking on his former employer there. And then Monday Night Football, the Rams and Packers from what should be a frosty Lambeau Field at 8:15 Eastern Time, 7:15 locally there in Green Bay. 23 yards, the final tally. They run with Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd down. Golden. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
They'll try to run with Harris. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to settle second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third. And the Steelers set to take the field. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 4. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Golden. Austin brings in the quick throw. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Golden. Austin is there and brings in another one. All that for a 2-yard gain. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing on 3rd and long. Golden. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he is going to have the Steelers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. Operating from the gun, Golden. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Golden. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll go with the keeper. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. So now the Steelers down by 2. 2:20. trying to start the drive. Golden. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. And Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not the Steelers ready for their next possession. Throwing after the interception. Golden. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Golden. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Now Harris. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. But what a performance.
It's Madden.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, it's impossible to see the Raiders and Steelers in Pittsburgh and not think of our namesake, the late, great John Madden, and the Immaculate Reception game, which celebrated its 50th anniversary yesterday. It was December 22nd, 1972. So this game, a nice little nod from the schedule makers, no doubt. And the Raiders have gotten a little bit of revenge in recent years. They've won 4 out of 5 and have a 17-13 all-time advantage in the series. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. Nice little nifty play for him there. You know, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Golden. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Give him 32 on the play.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson. Touchdown number 15 of the year. He threw touchdown pass number 30 on the year last time he had the ball. We'll look to build on things here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. Good footwork at the 30. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Golden. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Operating from the gun. Golden. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. To throw on 2nd down. Golden. Quick completion here to Johnson. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Steelers are once again back in front. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think
their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. first down. Golden. And he finds Austin complete. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Golden. That is caught inside the 5. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Fryermuth, 30 yards. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense and your defense.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we are at halftime. All right. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Golden. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 26 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Looking to throw on second down. Golden. His pass caught at the 4. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal. 2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 3's all around. Harris, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play.
Touchdown! George Pickens from 6 yards away. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Throwing on first down. Golden. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. This now a much closer game. Can't afford any more mistakes like that. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays.
And the Raiders have got him. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Golden. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Golden. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Golden. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Looking to throw. Golden making the catch is Sternberger. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as it's Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They hand this off to Harris, down to about the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's another carry for Harris. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And they'll indeed take a knee. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter, both offense and defense.
Let's be smart. This time, let's go. They can't stop us, boys.